And as we start things off here at our smart board in the Fox 10 Storm Tracker Center, taking a live look at the radar, and as you can see, it is dry. And like what we've seen the past couple of afternoons, an isolated shower could show up somewhere, but the probability of that very low. But the odds of rain and storms will be increasing late tonight into early tomorrow ahead of an approaching front. And this graphic shows you the risk of severe weather for today and late tonight. And as you can plainly see, the risk zone of severe weather, which is shaded in yellow, encompasses a huge part of the country. Basically, anyone in advance of the front is going to have a risk for severe storms. This orange color is the enhanced risk. This is where you could have the long track, violent tornadic activity, and that includes eastern Arkansas, north Mississippi, northwest Alabama, and runs all the way up into parts of Indiana. Now, for our area, areas that are shaded in the severe weather risk zone are George County, Greene, Washington, and Clark. Everyone else is shaded in gray, which means thunderstorms are still possible, but they would be non-severe in nature. The reason why the graphic looks like this is because as the front tracks from northwest to southeast, it's going to be getting weaker as it approaches our area, which is certainly good news. Now let's take the temperatures full screen and give you a better look at those. Mid to upper 60s around most spots inland, and then lower 70s along the coast. We have 70 degrees for Pascagoula and Fort Walton Beach, 71 for Pensacola. Gulf Shores, you're the warm spot, starting the morning off with a temperature of 72. And our winds are breezy, coming in out of the south and east in most spots at 10 to 15 miles an hour. And essentially what that's doing is feeding in the high Gulf moisture content and making our air unstable. Now, we don't want that, because the more unstable the air, that's fuel for strong thunderstorms. And we do have this big line on its way, and it's in advance of the cold front that's going to make things rather chilly by tomorrow night, but it will help make the weekend rather pleasant. Now, the two big things that are going to help keep the severe weather potential low: number one, that line's going to be rolling through here at dawn tomorrow, which is when the air is already the most stable. And number two, the surface low, where the highest tornadic activity will be, is far to the north of here. So both of those factors are going to play out in our favor, and the Futurecast model agrees with that. Watch what happens as we run throughout this afternoon. We get the isolated showers along the coast. They fade away at sunset. Now as we hit midnight tonight, that line of rain and storms begins to approach. But notice as it gets closer, it gets weaker and less intense. And by the time it's over us at 6 a.m. tomorrow over the I-65 corridor, there's not a lot of steam left with it, and that's good. That means, sure, we'll have some strong storms, but severe weather potential will not be impressive. The high this afternoon, 81, with a southeast wind at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Tonight, thunderstorms arriving late after midnight, with lows dropping down into the lower 60s. And then look at what happens to our temperatures behind the front. Highs on Friday only reaching 65, lows tomorrow night down to 45. Then as we hit your weekend, it's going to be hard to beat that. We get a good supply of sunshine, humidity stays low. Highs max out at 72 Saturday, 77 on Sunday. And as we see humidity increase again by next week, a few scattered showers will come back. So